welcome back, guys. Here I am again, the frugal guy, and we're gonna give you some amazing things today about 10 things. I say 10 things not to do with your G-Shock watch. Stay tuned and you'll enjoy this one. Starting with the first one not to do with your G-Shock watch: excessive bending of your resin band. Okay, what am I talking about? For example, you have a G-Shock like this and you're putting it on your wrist. Some people tend to put it like, it's hard to put it in if you're doing it on on live show. So for example, you've already eyed this one. Some people tend to really bend it like this so that they can put this one on and put it on like that, and then to remove it they bend it farther away again so they can remove it. That is a no-no. Please don't do that. Otherwise your resin band will suffer. It's gonna have cracks here and eventually it's gonna snap off of you and you're gonna get a replacement afterwards. For me, when I put on my watch, I always push this one, and instead of me bending it the other way around, I actually don't bend it. And I always don't put it really tight. I leave it one. See, I could have put it here, but I always leave one spot, so it's actually a little bit loose, so I can put it on my wrist. See that? And when I remove it, I pull it away and push this one, so I don't actually ruin my band. Okay, that is a very nice point. That's why I put it on number one, because this might happen to you. See that one? That just snapped off clean, because I bought this and thought that it might be a good example. That band was really putting back and forth till it snapped. This is pre-owned item of mine, and that's a good example not to overuse or overbend your resin. Next is a common fault of everyone: pressing the light button too often. Why? Every time you press that light, I know it's tempting, pressing that light button, seeing that light, what happens? Oh, no more battery. That's what happens. You get an empty battery because you keep on pressing your light. Especially with this model, it's an LED light, so it absorbs, or it actually eats the battery up. Okay, so please avoid pressing the light button too often. Third on the list not to do with your G-Shock is to activate the autolight function for no reason. Okay, I know some of your watches have that autolight function when I think it's here. If you press this one for a long time, I don't know if it's that one. Is it that one? No, maybe this one. No, maybe this one. I don't know. Some of them have that function. Maybe this one. I think this one has an autolight function. Let's see if I still know how to use my G-Shocks. Oh, that's a hand reset. Let me see. Let's try it again. I think it's this one on the right side. Let's see. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And when you bend it, it lights up. That's the auto light function. And the problem with that, if you keep on using that one, it is going to eat up the battery, and your G-Shock will have a lot of less time on your wrist because you need to replace the battery. Okay, next is avoid high humidity storage. Very important. Okay, why, you say? Because if you have high humidity, resin rot occurs. Okay, what happens is the resin becomes too brittle, so that's why I always suggest to get these guys, silica gel. And when you store your G-Shock watches, put one on the bottom. Okay, get your most important G-Shock, store it, and this will save your watch for longer periods of time, and it will last you forever. Especially here in Florida where the humidity is too high, watches can become too, I think it's brittle or too like mushy. It rots actually until it cracks and snaps off of you. So it's very important for humidity control. Okay, so avoid high humidity storage by using silica gel or anything like that absorbs moisture. Please imagine those shoes that you're buying, those boxes, it has silica gels in it. Get it, use it, and thank me later. Next on our list is under or overcharging your solar model. Please do not undercharge or overcharge your solar G-Shocks. Why? If you undercharge it, the battery gets weak. Okay, if you, for example, if you don't charge it for years and years and years, the battery will, the capacitor or the battery will just fade off and it's going to be useless. And if you keep on charging it really high, it does the same thing. It's like overcharging your phone. It's dangerous and it's not good for your G-Shock watches, especially the solar ones. Next on the list, overexposure to the sun. Why, you say? Overexposure to sun is kind of like the opposite of like the humidity thing. Overexposure to the sun makes your watch, since it's made out of resin, brittle. Okay, it makes it brittle, and once it does, like for a prolonged period of time, it can snap off. But if you're wearing like a metal G, then don't listen to me, because metal don't snap off just with the sun. But if you're wearing resin G-Shocks, please avoid overexposure to the sun for prolonged periods of time, because it will crack on you, I promise. Okay, next, do not abuse it on purpose. Yes, I know G-Shocks are tough as nails, but if you hit it well enough, it will break. Okay, so I don't like G-Shocks being abused on purpose. G-Shock is made to be loved. They're great watches, so I know that they can handle the beating, but please don't do it on purpose, because these watches are beautiful. Next one is some people are guilty of this, using your fingernails to press buttons. Yes, I said it. Do not use your fingernails to press buttons. Why? If you use your fingernails, Okay, to press the buttons, it can leave a dent mark on your buttons and it will not look good, especially the ones with the letter G in the middle. Some watches that I bought secondhand have like nail marks on them which is crazy, and it just destroys the watch, so please avoid doing that. Next is not cleaning it every now and then. Okay, especially when you go to the beach. Some people go to the beach and don't clean off their G-Shocks. What happens is sea salt and sand goes inside your G-Shock and it will cause it to be dirty and stuff. So every now and then use some warm soap and water, and you can use a new toothbrush to just like clean it off and you'll be fine. Soak it in the warm water with soap and your G-Shocks will be fine. And last but not the least is, especially when people know how to really change batteries on their G-Shocks, is to over tightening the screws. This is very important of not to do with your G-Shock, is to over tighten those screws. Why? Imagine if that screw head, that tiny screw head, imagine that one, if you destroy that angle, how can you open it? Imagine if you bust that one and the three are still left, you can't open this one already because you cannot unscrew it because you already destroyed that part. So be careful on over screwing or over tightening your G-Shocks, because that will destroy your watch. That's why if you're not used on changing batteries, practice it on a cheaper watch, and there's a lot of tutorials online that can teach you. And that's it for me. Thank you for tuning by. Please like and hit subscribe if you like this episode, and tell me if you're in what kind of videos you're interested next on seeing, and let me know. See you and stay safe. God bless. Bye-bye.